The pound broke out from its 2021 trend line this week, and currently buyers are trying to hold the market above that key level into today's close. So we'll talk about that in detail. I'll show you two key levels that you have to watch this week and also the latest on the DXY. Now, if you guys do want my help with your trading for unlimited time, when you sign up with Prime XBT and deposit $500 or more, you are going to get lifetime access to the real-time trading group and also the course that I just launched. So click on the link at the top of this video, sign up with Prime XBT. There's no application required. Deposit $500 or more. Let me know, and I'll give you lifetime access to both the trading group and also the course. Now, on top of that, you're also going to get a 20% deposit bonus. So if you deposit $1,000, you're going to get a $200 trading bonus. So see the link in the description of this video, or if you're on the website, click on the link just below this video. All right, so looking at the pound, we've talked about this trend line here off of these 2021 highs over the past couple of weeks. So this has been the key level that buyers had to get above, and we did see the market close Monday above it. However, so far, I'm not really all that convinced with what we've seen here from the pound, just because if you look here at the daily chart, you can see where this is the trend line right here off of those 2021 highs. And currently, the market broke out here on Monday, and so far it's trading right there at that key level. Now, this also isn't a short, though, in my opinion, just because we don't have enough information here to justify the potential for a fake out above this. And furthermore, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, the DXY did break down from its 2024 channel. Okay, so we'll talk about that in a moment, but first, I do want to outline the fact that, on the one hand, we have the pound breaking above the 2021 trend line right here, so Monday closed above. Currently, buyers are trying to hold the market above that mark into today's close. And the other factor here, though, is if you are trying to buy this market, you've got to be really careful because, first of all, we've seen the market move significantly higher from these lows, and also the fact that the pound is coming into a lot of these highs back here around 1.28. So you have to ask yourself, are you comfortable buying into these highs that have been in place now for about the last 6 months? And personally, I couldn't justify buying into resistance like this. And furthermore, this isn't really my style of trading. I don't look for breakouts. I look for failed breakouts. Okay, so I can't really justify buying this market. I also can't justify shorting, at least not yet. Now, looking here at the 4-hour time frame, this is the other consideration that I want to show you guys. So this is by no means bearish on its own. However, there is the potential over the coming days and weeks for this to become a factor. So if I snap a trend line right here to this high, what you're going to notice is that we have several highs along this trend line. And if I do the same thing here with this recent low and drag this level up and draw it across these recent lows, and I'll show you why I'm drawing it here in a moment. But what you'll notice is that we have the potential for a rising wedge. Now, this in and of itself is not bearish because all we've really done is outlined the uptrend, right? So this has been an uptrend for the pound ever since back here in April. We've seen the market carve higher highs and higher lows. So in and of itself, this is not a bearish pattern. And the reason I drew it here, this lower level down here, the reason I drew it here is because we get this touch right here recently. And what you also notice here is that on this touch, the market never actually closed a 4-hour candle below this. Okay, so we have the 4-hour close here. We've got this low and this one recently. So you can see where these two levels have outlined this market pretty well ever since back here in late April. Okay, so this could become a factor here over the coming days. But keep in mind, though, again, this is not a bearish pattern in and of itself. There's nothing about this pattern that says that the pound has to reverse from here. Because for all we know, over the coming, let's say, 1 to 2 weeks, we could get the market just moving higher and continuing this pattern, right? So this is not a case where you want to just go out and short this market blindly without confirmation, because this uptrend could just continue here over the coming days. Now, obviously, what would be bearish here, if we go to the daily chart, what would be bearish here, in my opinion, is if we get the pound closing back below this 2021 trend line, okay, first of all, so closing back down here in this area, and also closing back below these highs. If we were to get that, with the market breaking below this trend line down here, then that could start to look a little bit more bearish because we would have a failed breakout above this critical area, right? Now, the other side of this, and this is what I want to talk to you guys about today as well, is what's going on with the DXY, because we talked about this yesterday in the Euro USD video. And if you saw that video, the area that I mentioned, the resistance area I mentioned for the DXY, was right here at these recent lows. And we saw the market come right into that area and then reverse. And currently, sellers are trying to hold the DXY below 104.08. Now, why does that matter here on the daily chart? It matters because this low back here was 104.08 and Monday closed just below that. So you can see where we got the intraday move up, right? Sweep the recent shorts, tag these lows back here. And now the market is trying to close the day down below 104.08 to keep this level intact as resistance. But just like what I mentioned with the pound, do you really want to be shorting the dollar into these lows? Okay, so same thing with the pound. Do you want to long the pound into those recent highs? And do you want to short the dollar into these lows? And personally, I can't justify it, right? If you got an intraday move and you were shorting the dollar, up here and longing the pound down here at these lows, then that was a pretty decent intraday trade. But I don't trade intraday, I trade the daily time frame. So for that, I have to wait for more here. I have to wait for more information from these markets to see what sets up. Now, as for shorting the pound, okay, if you are going to try to short the pound over the coming days, and I'm not advocating that, but if you are going to try, you have to wait for the DXY to reclaim 104.5 because there is no short on the pound or the euro while the DXY is below this area because clearly the market has broken down from its 2024 channel. Now, this down here could become a fake out. There is no reason why it can't. However, again, the market would have to reclaim 104.5. So this up here is going to be critical resistance. And of course, we have support coming in here, down here at these recent lows, right around 104. Now, if we see this break down and this continue, then the next stop would be 103.6. Keep in mind too that we do have an ECB rate decision coming up on Thursday. And although that's not going to directly affect the pound, we know that the pound is going to react to that news. Okay, so keep that in mind. I think that this is a tricky time right now to be trading the pound. Just to be honest with you, I know a lot of you guys ask for updates on GBPUSD, so I did want to provide an update here today. But with the market coming in here to these recent highs, again, I can't justify longing this market. And at the same time, I can't justify shorting it because if you are shorting this market, you are simultaneously selling the pound and buying the dollar. And I'm not going to buy the dollar with the DXY breaking down from this channel and holding below 104.5. All right, so I hope that's given you guys some food for thought here over the coming days. I do think, though, that these two key levels that you see right here are going to be ones to watch as we head into that ECB rate decision and the days after. Subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon for notifications. Don't forget to join us in VIP, get access to the trading group and course when you sign up with Prime XBT and deposit $500 or more. See the link in the description of this video, or if you're on the website, click on the link just below this video. Trade well out there, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.